Hey, this is Prentice, and over the last couple of videos, we've been talking about our goals and whether that's an outcome. We all have an idea of wanting to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever that is, or maybe we have points of performance, whether we want to run a mile faster or lift a certain amount of weight. We have those sorts of goals, and those sorts of goals are definitely good. Like I said, if we want to make these things, if we want to make our fitness more of a lifestyle habit as opposed to chasing different outcomes, and don't get me wrong, outcomes are good, we have to invest in behaviors and the processes that are involved in getting to the outcomes. So learning the behaviors, whether that's how you eat and how you schedule your meals, is a behavior that's going to help you lose weight. Paying attention to the technique of what you're doing with the barbell, for example, is going to help you lift more. We want to pay attention to those processes because we're in this for the long haul, and we're not merely judged from outcome to outcome. So one thing that I want you to be aware of, and this is where we collectively can beat ourselves up. You know, one bad day can cause us to fall off the wagon. One bad performance can, it's very easy to give up and say that the program isn't working because you're having a couple of bad days back to back. And as I was looking through videos, I saw a very interesting one by Neil deGrasse Tyson, famous astrophysicist, and he was talking about the difference between climate and weather. And he talked about climate trends. Climate is something that's observed over many, many years, whereas weather is observed. It's this erratic thing that happens from day to day, which is why whatever you believe, the climate is moving in one direction, but the weather can be sporadic based on what's going on in the atmosphere from day to day. You also see this trend in the stock market. The stock, if you look at a 10-year chart, for example, the market may be going up steadily, but then if you scale back to hourly, weekly, daily charts, you may see a lot of volatile fluctuations. And we, in our daily lives, aren't immune to these trends. So while we decide to get all in on these new behaviors and processes, I would challenge you to be a little kind to yourself, because while you're doing the things and taking the slow steps and creating that continuous upward trend line, getting to your goals and creating lifestyle, your day-to-day may give you these little fluctuations. You didn't sleep enough one day. You're a little sore. Maybe you overdid it in one session. Maybe you didn't rate yourself properly. Maybe you exerted too much. Didn't sleep. Had an argument. You're having a tough time at work, your job. And all of these things can happen. They can fluctuate. But if you're performing these behaviors, your positive behaviors, and you're consistent with them every day, that trend line is going to be positive. So what I want you to do is assess your strengths. And if you're doing something really well right now, I would continue to do those things. Keep doing those behaviors. That's going to put a lot of resources into making that general trend line, as it were, go up. Take on only one or two new behaviors, two at the most. And I'm going to start to sound like a broken record about that after a while. But take on one or two behaviors. Maybe you have a little trouble managing stress. So you're going to go through some meditations or some affirmation to help you manage that stress. Maybe you need to do a little more flexibility work. So you spend a little more time doing that to help your strength training be a little more efficient. Or perhaps you need to make some changes in the kitchen. And we're not talking about crazy changes. Maybe you need to drink more water or have a couple more servings of vegetables each day. You need to figure out how to get that in on a daily basis. And whatever that is, do 2 of them. Is in the scope of your daily life, that's really what you can handle. In my opinion, multitasking doesn't work. So take 1 or 2 changes, own them, and then add 1 or 2 more. So if you do find yourself in your day-to-day life, you have a few good days, and then something fluctuates, you get poor sleep, just kind of roll with it. Roll with it. Don't kill yourself in training, or don't try to punish yourself through either your diet or exercise. And rest and recover. Rest and recover, because you are going to just ride that fluctuation, whatever it is, and get back to normal. Just accept that it's happening. Don't let yourself get hurt, and get back to normal. Because the more consistent you are with the behaviors, the more you're going to stay on track with your goals, and the more those behaviors are going to stick. So, keeping that in mind, do whatever you need to do to create the behaviors to move into the direction of the goal. Take the behaviors, take the life struggles as they come, and don't fight them. Don't fight them. Do what you need to do for damage control or to manage them. And then just simply, very simply, without punishing yourself, get back on track and continue that upward trend. That's it for now. I will talk to you soon. Train smart.